Sunday. What's the Bucs' level of concern with their star linebacker?
Not that concerned at all. This is a guy who doesn't need to practice, Kevin. He's a 9-year veteran. What he needs is rest, rehab, and treatment on that hamstring. They want him ready 100%. Forget that. They want him ready 1,000% so that he can suit up against Patrick Mahomes and that high-flying Chiefs offense. But these are important injuries to critical players. Jordan Whitehead has a shoulder injury. He participated in the walkthrough, but he's not ready yet. And then you have Antoine Winfield Jr. with the ankle injury. He was close to playing in the NFC Championship game, did not play. Remember, Todd Bowles beat Aaron Rodgers without his 2 starting safeties in that football game, at the end of that football game. Kevin, he cannot beat Patrick Mahomes without Levante David, inside linebacker. David is playing in this game.
Okay, we'll keep that in mind. We'll keep an eye on Winfield Jr. and Whitehead, too, as they create turnovers in that secondary. Sal Powell with the Bucs. And now for much more on Super Bowl 55, let's go back to PTI and Tony and Mike.
All right, Wilbon, which quarterback would you rather have for a game-winning drive in the Super Bowl, Mahomes or Brady?
I see a minute and 10 seconds and counting down right there on the show clock, right? They think we need a minute plus to figure that out? Tom Brady. I know, I get that Patrick Mahomes is the best now, right now, and all the baby goat talk, all that's great, and he may fulfill all that, Tom Brady's in this game. Tom Brady, when it comes to who you're going to bet on, had better be the answer.
Okay. Tom Brady has done this over the course of his career 48 times. Patrick Mahomes, a much briefer career, has done it 7 times. We both know that Patrick Mahomes can do this because we've seen him do it.
Yes.
But we've seen Brady do it
for decades.
A million times.
Yeah.
My answer to this is actually quite simple. If you say to me, you have 2 minutes and a couple of timeouts, I'm going to say to you that Brady will score. It's how much time does he leave Mahomes? Or the reverse is true. If you say it's 2 minutes and a couple of times outs, I'll tell you Mahomes will score. How much time does he leave Brady? I'm going to go back in time for a story that you probably know. I was at the game where Doug Flutie threw the pass to Gerard Phelan and won the game. And as with about 3 minutes to go or something like that, Miami scored. And the assistant coaches from Miami looked at each other and they went, oh no, we left the guy enough time. Whatever time was left, they said, oh, no, we left the guy enough time. And that applies to both Mahomes and Brady, does it not?
If you had to bet and your life was on the line, you were landing in Las Vegas at McCarran Airport, going straight to the sports book. Your life is on the line. You are betting on whom?
Oh, Brady, and so are you.
Center is brought to you by Rocket Mortgage. Rocket Mortgage is giving away millions during Super Bowl 55 with the Rocket Mortgage Super Bowl Squares Sweepstakes. See rules and enter for free at rocketmortgagesquares.com.
Kevin and Ryan back with you on SportsCenter in this developing story, the injury storylines for the Chiefs. On the good side, Patrick Mahomes says his turf toe injury suffered against the Browns is pretty close to 100%. But his O-line took a hit with starting left tackle Eric Fisher out with a torn Achilles and backup center David Kilgore added to the COVID-19 list. Now, you look at this Chiefs team, the good news is they just got this guy, right? And not only does Mahomes have the best total QBR in the league since 2018, but his 73.5 QBR when pressured is higher than any other quarterback's overall mark in that span. As for Fisher's replacement on protecting Mahomes' blind side, Mike Remmers, well, he's not exactly a standout name to the Bucs' Jason Pierre-Paul.
Yeah, Jason, I was wondering what your thoughts are on Mike Remmers and when you face a backup like that, do you just go in expecting a bunch of more?
Man, I didn't even know who that was, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, but if this is the tackle that you're talking about, I mean, like I said, I don't too much care about it. You know, they got to figure that out, and I'm going to play some great football this weekend.
SportsCenter on the Road is presented by Rocket Mortgage. Diana Rossini is covering the Chiefs this week. She joins us now. So, Diana, you were able to talk to Remmers today. How did he respond?
Well, it seems that Mike Remmers laid his first block on JPP, and we're just 5 days away from Super Bowl Sunday. And here's the thing, Ryan. JPP should know who Remmers is because back in Week 12, he was the starting right guard. Granted, that's not on his side, but he started on this O-line. Either way, here's Remmers on perhaps slipping JPP's mind.
Yeah, I had someone send it to me, and honestly, I don't really care what his opinion is on anything. Like it's every week that I've played in this league, I've never gone to the game thinking, hey, I wonder what this guy thinks of me. I don't care at all. It makes no difference to me. I'm just going out there to do my job.
So if we wanted to tell JPP who you are, who are you?
I mean, he could watch the tape and figure it out himself, but I just think that I'm a hard-nosed guy. I'm a tough guy that's gonna bust his tail at every single snap.
I don't know, Ryan. I feel like we have our first piece of real bulletin board material for this Super Bowl. Both teams have been so nice the past few days, so this got a little saucy here. But either way, these two are going to see each other plenty, especially with Andy Reid saying that Remmers is going to be the starting left tackle.
Okay, just like a lineman, play it cool. We'll see how it plays out on Sunday. Diana, thanks.
Those palm trees were taunting us. Two of the great ones from the tight end position will be on the field in Tampa. Of course, Gronk and then Travis Kelce this season. He had more than 1,400 receiving yards, breaking George Kittle's single-season record for a tight end. Kelce hasn't slowed down in the playoffs, too. How about this AFC title game? He had 13 catches and 2 touchdowns. That tied the postseason single-game receptions record at his position. And he had a big game in Week 12. That win over the Bucs, catching all 8 targets for 82 yards. The big star of that game, though, Tyreek Hill and his 269 receiving yards. Here's Mahomes on the relationship with his top 2 weapons.
What makes each of them great really complements the other well. The fact that Tyreek can beat man coverage, catch over the top, be able to make big plays happen, opens up the middle of the field for Travis. And so to be able to have guys that complement each other so well and individually are such great talents, I think what makes them such a dynamic duo and a group of guys that I'm glad that are on my team.
Just have a big heart with those 3. Dan Orlovsky joining us. And Dan, we just heard high praise from Mahomes, talking about, of course, his 2 biggest weapons, that is Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce. What does the tape show you?
Kev, these 2 are super talented, right? But I think Andy Reid does 2 things really well. 1, he uses his stars, Kelce and Tyreek Hill, to get information. And then 2, he kind of does a good job of protecting them to allow their talents to really dominate at the line of scrimmage. You're going to see Travis Kelce up top. He's going to get matched by that safety. There's the information. I know it's man-to-man coverage. Then you're going to see Tyreek Hill in that cut split. He's going to get pressed across the board. Now Patrick Mahomes is like, okay, what's the defense? Press man. This is part of their RPO where they've got the run, but they've got the go routes on the outside and a pivot on the inside. 7 guys in the box. 1 safety in the middle of the field. That's press man-to-man coverage. Now that cut split, win at the line of scrimmage, it gives him a 2-way go. But look at all that space he now has to go run. We talked about over-the-top ball. Perfect throw. So man-to-man, and I know before the snap. Now it's Travis Kelce's time to be by himself. Matched by safety again. Press man once again. 6 guys in the box. Patrick Mahomes knows the coverage. All right, I got one of the best receivers crossing routes in the NFL. Win at the line of scrimmage. There you go. Now, even though you showed me 2 safeties, I knew it was man. As long as that safety on my right drops down, I have all that room to throw this football. I got to hold the safety myself, and then this is easy. Look at all the space that Mahomes once again has to throw that crossing route to Tyreek Hill, a big-time touchdown pass. So incredibly talented, and you can see that. But the information before the snap by using their stars, and then those guys allowing their talents really to win at the line of scrimmage, that's coaching. And then those guys pay it off by being absolutely dominant. They're special, and they've got one of the best quarterbacks ever throwing them the football.
Defensive coordinators' nightmares. By the way, both Hill and Kelce share the same Super Bowl MVP odds at plus 1,100. Dan, thank you so much. Staying with the Chiefs as he gets ready for Super Bowl 55, offensive coordinator Eric Bieniemy was asked today about missing out on the coaching cycle for the 2nd straight postseason as 7 NFL head coaching jobs were filled with all first-time head coaches. Here's what Bieniemy had to say.
I did not ask to be the poster boy of this particular situation that I have experienced. At the end of the day, the only thing that you want to do is be recognized for all the things that you have accomplished. And for whatever reason, that has not happened. And that's okay. Because the only thing I know what to do is to just go back to work and continue chopping wood, because that's who Fern Handy Marie Gibson raised. Okay. If you didn't know who that was, that's my mother. She raised me to make sure that I stay focused. All right. And I just continue chopping wood.
He always says the right thing. Always. So unless a position opens up this offseason, the enemy will have to wait until the next cycle of openings now that these 7 positions have been filled around the league. Again, all are first-time NFL head coaches, including Urban Meyer, who takes